Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Kathy Schaefer, and I'll be hosting this live journaling event with Fifth Window. And I'm really excited that you're here today. Before we get started, I'd just like to set the tone. So if you can all just, with me, close your eyes, take a nice big deep breath in through your nose and hold it and exhale. I'd like you to do that again, but this time I want you to inhale. Take all the stuff that was negative or weighing you down today, and I want you to release it. Blow it away. That's awesome. Okay. So, um, for those of you who don't know or are new to Fifth Window, this is our journal is designed for us with the intention to create space for you to check in with yourself. And it's really to reflect on what matters to you and what builds or sustains you every day and gives you self worth and also self awareness and growth. So you can grab your own fifth window journal. If you don't have it, you can quickly go to our website, sign up. And if you leave us your email, you'll have access to our journal. If you don't have a journal, that's okay. Grab some paper, grab your phone, an iPad, a computer, or maybe if you just want to use a chat, and this is a safe space for you to be with me, but I'm actually going to share my screen with you. If along the way you wanted to share any comments with us or with me, I'd be more than happy to kind of monitor the little chat. Usually I have Charlene with me, who is our other co founder, and we both kind of monitor it. But I think I can do it today in this live version. So let me share my screen with you as I bring up our journal, and let's walk through the journal together. And I pull up our journal, and I'm going to come back and see if we can see each other here. Okay, so there's our journal, right? Awesome. Um, what I'd like you to do is, as you think about this and we pull the journal up, I may have to be in the journal as I move along. Okay, so here's our journal. It's we give you 7 days so you can reflect, and you can keep printing out 7 days so you could have a whole year worth of journal writing for yourself. Or if you want to keep it on a computer, or I know that Charlene uses she's a writing tablet. So she just downloads the pages every day and she writes in her journal that way. And so, as we move along, we've given you the journal. You can put who it belongs to, like anything else. And there's a little welcome from us about the journal, the 7 day reflection journal. And we also have the daily reflection that it goes along with the clearing journal. And each comes with its own instructions. And as you can see, the journal can either be, I said, printed physically or used digitally. And we encourage you to try both methods to see which one works for you. Um, you could always feel free to reprint it, or like I said, download it for yourself. If you have any trouble, you could always email us at hello@fifthwindow.com. So the journal looks like this. This is a daily reflection. And what I'd like you to do right now is to think about this. When you're looking at the energy scale, I want you to think about what's influencing your energy for today. What would you rate your energy as you go forward? What do you feel more or less of right now? Do you feel less energetic, more happy, less happy? Think about when you're answering this, what would help shift your energy upwards if you're feeling in the lower part of the energy? And what also might be draining your energy today? So for me, I'm going to actually use this, and I actually feel pretty energetic today. I'm getting over a cold, so we'll. Feeling a little under the weather, so I'm going to put a giant X here for now, right? And so that's how I just kind of reflect on how I feel. I actually had a pretty good day. I feel like things were kind of right on target for me. Nothing was really draining my energy except physically, because, like I said, I'm getting over a cold. But otherwise, things have probably been the same for me now. I'm pretty energetic and I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty excited about a new role that I'm taking on in my workspace. And so I'm extremely excited about Fifth Window and where we're going on this new journey in 2025 together of reconnecting and finding joy. And when you come down to the next part of the journal, I want you to think about in the last 24 hours, how did you nurse your joy? We're all about now, Fifth Window is nurse your joy. So, in what ways did you nurse your joy today? I'd like you to think about moments that maybe were big or small that maybe brought you joy today. And think about for yourself also, what did that feel like? Recall a specific image or sound or smell associated with this joyful moment. And remember that happiness is a fleeting experience, but joy is something that is cultivated over time and you experience it. And when you feel joy and when you recognize joy in even the simplest things, it really makes you present and connected. And so building joy over time helps build resilience. It also, research shows that it helps you feel your still, FILL, your own self so that you can feel that compassion and that almost renewed sense of being going back to maybe where you were the day before. And I'm talking about work, right? So maybe you had a day at work and it was a little taxing, but there was this little glimpse of joy. And I'll share today my glimpse of joy. And maybe some people wouldn't think that it was joyful. um, I work. I'm a faculty member as well as a co-founder of Fifth Window. And today, the faculty got together to create um, our work schedule, our teaching assignments for the upcoming or the next academic year. And there's lots of talk in the room, and people are trying to figure it out. I really like to teach this, and I've never taught that, and I've taught this for so long. I'd like to try something, but I was sitting in a room with 17 other faculty members. And and it was a little, we were all kind of feeling each other out and what we were doing because this is something new that we were trying. We were having shared governance about our teaching assignment, kind of taking back work-life balance, right? A little glimpse of work-life balance. And at one point, we were all kind of talking, and people were doing all these different things, and we're just out loud and writing on a whiteboard. And I looked around the room, and I just thought to myself, any one of us in this room has each other's back. We will do anything for each other. And it just brought me joy to know that I work with a group of people who really want the best for me, and I in turn want the best for them. So when I talk about finding joy, or what was that little thing, I still could picture it in my mind, 17 of us talking, people writing on a whiteboard and people talking, and a lot of chaos, but it was good chaos in my mind. And that's what brought me joy, that I want to go back tomorrow and I want to work with these people again. And while you think about this particular part of the journal, I also want you to think about, how did you make space for that joy? Did you stop and um, really take a moment and step back? Did you smell the smells and look at the surroundings, and hear the sounds and see what's in front of you, that little connection that you might have? And what might be one way, and you think in the back of your mind of how you can nurture that joy going forward. And so, like I said, I know that tomorrow I'll go back to work and I'll do anything for my fellow faculty members if they ask me to. I'll always show up for them because they show up for me. So that's how I want you to look at this particular question that we're asking you is how are you taking time to really cultivate that joy or yourself? And I will share with you that creativity is an incredible way to develop joy. Doing something that, and you don't have to be this incredible artist, you don't have to be a wonderful singer, you could be a doodler, but drawing flowers, if it brings you joy, right? If painting and maybe painting, rooms, right? Not pieces of artwork. Painting relaxes you, gives you joy and brings you into a moment. I want you to cultivate that. I really want you to connect with those pieces of you. And as you move along down to exploring more of these dimensions, um, I'd like you to also now think about today's intentions and goals, right? What did you do? What did you focus on? Right? What was your intention and what was your goal when you set up? I honestly don't know who I saw this on Instagram post several months ago. There was an influencer. She was sitting in her car and she said, I want you to try something for the next 3 days and see how your life changes. Every day when you wake up, the first thing I want you to say before you put your feet on the ground is say, Universe, show me all the things that are possible. Show me all the things bring me joy. I am open to receiving all the love and abundance that the world has to offer me. And I just, I put it on my phone. I made it intentional that when I woke up, that was the first thing I said every morning. And I've been doing it now for 9 months straight. I don't miss a day. And I will tell you that I find what some people see the smallest things bring me, have me realize what joy really is. What am I really seeing in there? I'm just kind of going through our uh, posts here, and I see. Oh, thank you, Charlene, for sharing with everyone if they want to. She's been joining us. If you can see her in the chat there. But as we move through the journal, let me continue here, and we're looking at our intentions and our goals. Um, how did you feel at the end of the day in regards to how you set out your intention and what were your goals for the day? Right? Um, what's one small action again that you can take moving forward tomorrow that maybe would help you move closer to that intention or that goal if you didn't achieve it today? So I just want you to take a few moments and think about that. We already are here on the East Coast. It's already 7:44, and we are thinking about the end of our day. Some people journal at night. Some people start their day out with the journal. I might even encourage you to utilize a journal as both a beginning and an ending to your day. Right? You use today's intentions and goals maybe in the beginning of the day, and then when you come back at the end of the day, you're answering or you're looking and reflecting back on how did you nurture your joy? Did you, how do you feel? What's your energy level like? So maybe utilizing it in a couple different ways than your traditional, right in the morning, right in the evening. Some people like to have a cup of something warm, maybe tea, maybe coffee. I know there are people who are really passionate about the pens that they write with, the felt tip pen, um, or the ballpoint pen, right? A colored pen. Green is a very calming color. I don't know if many people could write in green and read it, but that might be something you want to think about the color of the pen that you use when you write. These are all intentional things to do and utilize when you were writing in a journal. Um, and I'm looking at again at our comments, and I just want to say um, that yes, thank you, Charlene. Happy Lunar New Year to all of our fifth window um, followers who are joining us, who are celebrating the Lunar New Year today. And as we move through the journal a little bit more, asking yourself, how do you feel? Right? I want you to think about if you could look at this and describe your moods and thoughts and energy. And I know there's only a few lines there, and you're by all means welcome to write more. You don't have to limit yourself to, if you're any of you are in academia or you've written a grant, you're not limited to 250 words in our journal. You can write as long as you want. Um, but I want you just to think about when you're writing in the journal for this and how do you feel? Um, what what are some of the things that might help you with in regards to um, maybe what could give you thought as your mood, right? Like I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling sad, but there's a mood wheel. You could go on Google and you can find it that Um, when we are children, we have many words for our feelings, but as we grew older to adults, we become limited to only 18 words that define how we feel, but we know that there are many. So I would encourage you to Google Mood Wheel, and you can use that to really maybe hone in on how you're feeling. And be able to really think about the ways that you can describe even more in detail. Because it maybe then you could really look at and get to what is it that either has you in that positive flow, or what is really hindering you to really achieving happiness and joy. Maybe you can really dig a little bit deeper, and we can use the clearing journal as part of that. And so, the other thing I want you to think about is this: when you are looking at today's accomplishments, I'd like you to again use this as what did you what did you accomplish? Maybe it was meeting your intentions, maybe it was meeting your goals, maybe you wanted to the day before work on a little bit more of your spiritual, nourishing your joy for your spiritual self-care. So maybe it was something that you did, and nothing is too big and nothing is too small. Joy often shows up in so many different ways. Um, it shows up again like we have in our app through creativity, through growth, through spirit, and definitely through connections. Connections that we have with other people help us bring closeness to our joy or get us closer to our joy. And so, um, as you reflect on that, I'd like you just to think about, how did it show up for you today? And how did you show up today? Because maybe that has a way of creating or connecting your accomplishments for today, right? How did you show up for yourself today? Taking a few things to think about. Showing up for one's self is just as important for showing up for other people. And so, as you move through the journal and as you're thinking about writing and reflecting, think how you are showing up for others. But most importantly, how are you showing up for yourself? And again, this is a way of connecting to joy and connecting to all those different pieces that make up the joy flower. of fifth window. And as we move through the journal, we come to the clearing journal. And this is something that when we were talking about creating a journal, um, we really wanted people to have a space um, to release anything that maybe is weighing in on you, like a big emotion, an unfinished thought, maybe up in the top part of the journal you were kind of writing, or maybe even any mental clutter you might be having. And I really like you to think about when writing in the clearing journal, it's a way that you can release anything that you're feeling, and it should be a free flow of thought. Um, it should just be, maybe there was an interaction with someone and you wished things, I wish I said this. Here's your chance to say it in the clearing journal. You know, um, and then maybe if it was the next time you ever engage with someone and that same kind of feeling comes up, you'll have the strength within to say, to create your boundary, to say what you mean, to advocate for yourself or whomever, right? Um, you will already practice it in the clearing journal, but at least you've done it. There's a ritual in the clearing journal that some of us do. That after we write in the clearing journal, we crumple up the paper and throw it away as if we were literally throwing away those feelings, those thoughts, those beliefs, maybe the mental clutter, maybe the big emotion you were holding on to. We throw it away and we let it go. Um, I've even done the clearing journal where I've written and I've used a little sage to cleanse um, my space after writing because I didn't want to hold on or harbor any more of those feelings. And so that is one way to use the clearing journal. And we've given you lots of lines to write in. But totally your place. If you want to use it as a doodle spot, if you want to use it as, you're something to think about, but you're going to doodle with your hands, you can. It's fine. And then you come to the next day to do it all over again on your daily reflection in your journal. And that's the journal. And I just wanted to take a few seconds here just to thank you. Charmaine, I've started to do a wellness journey of my own, and I've done some Reiki. I've become a Reiki level 1 and level 2 practitioner, and in my journey, I've met someone who has been helping with clearing aura, clearing chakras, clearing space, and um, I've become a big believer in creating that kind of space and utilizing other mediums to help me clear the space. And even if it's just the ritual of clearing the journal after I write, because I don't want to harbor, I don't want to hold on to those feelings. I don't want to, um, uh, I want to let them go. And I want to keep moving along in my journey to finding joy. So, journaling is a simple, but it's a very powerful act of self-care. It helps us stay connected to our emotions, our joy, our purpose. It really helps us find, I feel, a sense of grounding when we are utilizing the journal. And I think if you use our journal, and like you could use any journal, but I think if you use our journal was created with the intention of you really finding connection and purpose to yourself. We hope you take this practice with you whether it's in the morning, at the end of the day, or whenever you need a moment to pause. And so I want to thank you for sharing this space with me today. And if you found this session helpful, we'd love to hear your thoughts. So drop us a note, leave us a comment if you're not viewing this live, because we'll post this um, in our social media spaces. Or share it with us at hellofifthwindow.com. And remember to nurse your joy. But I do want to leave you with one thing. So I just mentioned that I'm on this Reiki journey of really finding a lot of self care and I don't know if it's spirituality, my spiritual self care, but it really is a lot to do with my personal journey. So Reiki means energy light, spiritual light. We are all connected by atoms, right? The universe, we all are. So what I'd like you to do with me right now is your hands are a very big source of that energy. So I'd like you to take your right hand and place it over your heart, and then your left hand on top of your right heart. And I want you just to feel your breathing. And as you feel the warmth of your hands on your heart, I want you to just envision light and energy flowing from your hands to your heart. Feel the warmth, and with each breath, imagine light entering your body through those warm hands. And give yourself a little nod of gratitude for being here. Thank you so much for joining us. There'll be more Reiki sessions on our app as we move forward with our events. So I look forward to doing some Reiki sessions with you in the future. Thank you again and have a great night, everyone.